question anyone here is asking is, what is smart? What is smart? And if your environment is not too quiet, could you please go ahead and mute your environment? Okay, all right, that would do. Okay, so the question is smart. What is smart all about? And the answer is smart is a tool created to empower you in trading smart and not hard. Okay, all right, not hard. We could use a red for it. Okay, the idea is to get you to trade smarter. Okay, trading. Well, are you saying this is manual? Do I need to do something myself? Yes, you definitely have to do something yourself, but know what you think. And so on the next slide, let's first find out what Smart is really doing for us and why you and I can get involved in what Smart has to offer. And so, what is MEV? Now, MEV is a known terminology in the world of blockchain, and what it does is it's called the Maximal Extractable Value, and the purpose of this MEV really is to extract profit. So the idea is to extract profit. Okay, by doing something interesting in an area called the mem pool. Okay, so the mem pool is an area on the blockchain that stores all unconfirmed, so unconfirmed transactions, or let's say pending transactions. Okay, so what we do is we reorder, we perform something called insertion, otherwise known as sandwiching transactions. Okay, in the blockchain before what they are committed to the chain. Now remember that when transactions are ordered, okay, they're not just fulfilled immediately. Of course, they have to be held in a certain area, and the area, like I mentioned earlier, is called the mempool. But transaction yellow, transaction blue, transaction red, transaction green. So these are all interesting transactions waiting to be executed, okay, or committed to the chain. So what happens is our smart technology, let's this time make it blue. The bot comes in here and it keeps an eye on what's going on over here and says, okay, you know what, I'm interested in transaction green because transaction green seems what? Profitable. So what it'll do, it will take transaction green, okay, and it will buy transaction green, the quantity there, it will buy it at a lower price. Let's say it's 0.01, and then it will wait for an opportunity to sell, maybe at 0.015. Now remember 0.01 and 0.01 and 0.0015, the difference is 0.4. Okay. Okay, so 1 to 1 0 is 10, and 1 5 is 1 5 15. The difference is actually 5 points anyway. So if you don't want to count the 10 itself, you go 11, 12, 13, and 4. So let's say you got 4 times the liquidity that we used to buy the assets, okay, or to acquire the assets. And let's say that the liquidity was 1,000. So now 10,000, for example. 4 times 10,000 becomes 40,000. Okay, so that's the clever way that MEVs what you call it, extracting value on the blockchain. So our smart MEV does the same thing, but in a much better and efficient manner. So how does it do it? Let's roll through this. So I said to you, you have a part to play. Yes, the part you have to play is activate your bot. Okay, the bot activation costs you dollars. At the moment, the price is $49.90. You activate your bot and you deposit your funds. And once you deposit your funds, which is another important bit, you're saying to Smart MEV that I'm interested in contributing liquidity, okay, to Smart. Then Smart says, okay, I thank you for this. I'm gonna go and perform what? Transactions round the clock for you whilst you sleep. 24/7, I'm going to churn away and do all I have to do to make sure that you see profits at the end of the day. Okay. So step one, our bot called Smarts, okay, continuously scans the blockchain. Why does it do that? Because there are pending trades all the time, and they are happening in the future because they are stored up in a location to be completed. So in a way, I could say that our smart bot is performing something called a time travel. Okay, it's actually getting to the future. Okay, to extract value for us. And how does it do that? Because in the mempool, it's able to detect large buy orders, detection of large buy orders, and it's able to create predictable token price increases. Now, this technology is advanced because you and I cannot predict how much the token will be sold for in the end, but our smart MEV bot is able to influence that, and it performs something called front running. Front running is an amazing concept, okay, known to the world of MEVs, okay. And what it does is it buys at the lower price, okay. It buys first, okay. It tries to get in the queue early. Number one, buy it cheaper, 0.0001 of the token or the asset, and then when the big trade goes through, the big trade happens here when buyers come. So we have buyers here, buyer number one, we have buyer number two, we have buyer number three, and so on and so forth. And then when all these buyers come, what happens is they come and buy the token, but they buy it at a price higher than where you got it from. So let's say you bought at 0.001 and the token surges all the way to 0.0010. We bought at 0.0001. Now, what they normally call it is done an X, 1X. It's taken off 10. Okay? What means is that if I had $20 and it lost a zero, I've now gained $200. Okay. Now the profit is $2 minus 20, that's $180. Now, if you and I contributing any amount to the liquidity of the Smart bot, Smart will say, you know what, my commitment to you is to give you an up to 1.0% interest daily. And if my commitment was $1,000, 1% of $1,000, if I get 1%, will be about what, $10 a day. Okay, and that's the power of our Smart MEV bot. Okay, so the bot sells the tokens at a new higher price and extracts the pure profits. And I want to circle that in green. Makes sense. Pure profits for you and for me, which is also called the back running. Okay, so front running, buyers come along, and the back runs. Okay, so just three simple steps really. All right, so the next slide is where are we found in the ecosystem? Smart MEV Bot was launched on the Solana network. Okay, so it would go to mempools like the GM.AI. Maybe even it goes to things like there's the other ones. So let's say bad idea there. So, but I know that we really work on here, and it looks at all these launched assets, launched tokens, launched projects, what I would normally call roll-ups on the Solana network, and will perform what we just spoke about moments ago, and will extract value there. But quickly, we realized the tool was amazing, doing fantastically, and we thought, okay, let's get it on the Binance Smart Chain as well. And so now Binance Smart Chain is one of the biggest ecosystems there. so many projects are on the Binance Smart Chain. Now, those of us who are in Africa, we know of an amazing project called WikiCat. Well, guess what? WikiCat was launched on the Binance Smart Chain. Okay, all right, and there are other projects as well. So Binance actually is a big ecosystem and has a lot of value. Now, itself, the BNB now is about $1,000 because there's a lot of activity happening there. It's getting more popular amongst many. Okay, so now we are no longer on just Solana, we are on this dual chain. Of course, the roadmap is to get to Arbitrum soon. I'll just say ARB. Okay, we're going to Arbitrum soon. All right, and that's another big chain developing every day. And who knows where we might go from there. If you and I shows more interest and we're keen, the business might want to take it further. But that's the roadmap really. So now let's compare ourselves with the rest. Now, our bot, okay, our Smarts MEV bot is superior, okay, to all the others. Now, all the other bots have one mindset. They guess and so they gamble, and so when the market is bad, guess what? They are on the downtrend. They lose. Okay. Now they have to detect by guessing the price direction. So they keep thinking that we can detect profits because we see the market going this way. Well, suddenly the market will come down because there might be a rag pull, which doesn't happen on ours because we check all that, and eventually the prediction is gone the wrong way and they lose out big time. Okay, slow execution means that they miss profits. Okay, because they have to wait for time frames. So let's say if I was writing this code, I'll say in Python, I'll say wait into bracket 60 seconds. Okay, before I execute what my logic, and during that little wait of 60 seconds, if the opportunity came 40 seconds before time, I've missed the opportunity, and it will wait again the next opportunity, and so you can have your investors sitting there forever, and maybe once they get a good profit, or then they lose as well. But not so with our Smart MEV bot. We can never lose. Of course, you can say, oh, but sometimes I've seen that the API goes on to 0.6. It has before, but is that a loss? No, it's just market is not great at day, but we also get to 1.65, 1.41, 1.14, 1.0. Okay, so when you look at the charts later, you realize that over time, we are compensating and averaging around 1.0% APR all the time. We are earning from the blockchain inefficiencies. So there's nothing like guesswork. We know where to go. We go to the mempool and we go there to what? Extract the value we need. Okay, this is fully automatic. You and I are not involved. All we do is activate our bot. We commit what do we commit our funds, and we can go to Soul Scan, BSC Scan, Block Scan, and see all the activity happening on chain. That itself, it's remarkable. There's nothing hidden from view. It's fully transparent. This is an amazing project achieved by our founders. All right, so you're generating stable income 24/7. Okay, so the key takeaway for you and I is, unlike other bots that gamble with the market, our Smart MEV bot will guarantee you consistent profits from what? Just blockchain activity. All happening on the Web3, okay, ecosystem. Web3 what? Ecosystem. Okay, so start treating this as a personal income machine. Alright, I'll call it passive income. PI. Okay, Pi. That's a passive income. Okay, so you start by depositing today and watch your bot earn for you. Okay, I signed up one person yesterday and I've been trying to get this guy on for a long time. Eventually, he sent me a screenshot. Samuel, thank you so much. I was quite skeptical, but now I see money coming through. So this thing works. Okay, works for anyone. All right. So what is this all about? What contracts can I come in on? That's fine. The first thing you always do, of course, is to subscribe to the bot, which is $49.19, and you can come in for a day's contract if you were performing something called a litmus test. Well, you want to find out if this tool is really green, okay, and it shows promise, okay. So you want to say, okay, I'm very skeptical. I'm a doubting Thomas. No issue. I know I'll get nothing from this because it's 50% of my profit to go to the bot. 50% will go to me anyway. So let's say I'm the one here, and this goes to the bot. Okay. Okay, no issues there. Bot's not very happy 50%, but anyway, you put $20 in there, maximum $100. Testing one day. So one day it shows you in the earning section, oh yeah, I got $1 because it's a 1%. Oh, that the thing works. Okay, let me try another time. Let's go 7 days. Let's see if this really holds up. So I know the 55% goes to me and 45 goes to the bot. Okay, I'm gonna come in this time, no $100 anymore. I'm gonna go $300. So that's 7 days. 7 days time, you get your profits. You say, okay, this thing really works. Now I am fully committed and sold. I'm gonna go a whole 30 days because guess what? The children's school fees are coming. Okay, I need to pay the school fees. I've got to go and get some lunch packs for them, what have you. Okay, so 30 days, I'm gonna put in $100, and I know that I'm gonna get $1 a day times 30. So let's say I get even $200 at the end of 30 days, for example. No problem. I take my $100, and sort out these fees, no issue whatsoever. Of course, if I have more money, I can put that in there as well. Okay, when we get to compounding, our doctor is on, Dr. Luaga is on, the evangelist is on. Okay, he will take his time to go through this for us. But then many of you, including myself, we love the idea of long term. So we go in the whole 100 days, okay, because we know the power of compounding. 100 days. You and I are going to get a full 80% to ourselves. Okay, that'll make us smile. And 20% to the bot.
As well.
Bot is also smiling because that is a lot still. We can come in on 100, and there is no limit to how much we can put on. Okay, but like we always say, this is not a financial advice. Use wisdom. How much are you prepared to lose? Should there ever be a loss? Okay, so let's say okay, the amount I want to put here is $3,000, $50,000. No problem. That's how much you're prepared to lose if there was ever an issue. Is that then you making your earnings 100 days, you made a lot of profits. So what are the T's and C's? Simple. This is not in a small print that you can see clearly. Users must activate the MEV subscription first. The bot subscription, which is over there. Okay, when profits are released daily, they are released and you can take them out when the amount is about $10. Okay, you can turn it to contract anytime. Okay, let me explain this. If you've set 7 days and you cancel the contract 5 days, okay, you forfeit all your profits. Okay, all right, but I wouldn't do that. So don't think of terminating contract because you can get the principal out, but then you've lost your profits. The 1 and 7 days contracts, okay, they cannot be simultaneously executed. You can deploy 2 of them at the same time. You did it 1 day first, and then once it's done, you can do it 7 days. Unlike the 30 days and 100 days, I can execute 30 days for one contract, 100 days for another contract, another 30 days for another contract, another 100 days. So you can have a mixed bag of really different contract terms. Okay, you can activate that multiples at once. Okay, that's for 30 days and 100 days one. Okay, remarkable. Let's move on right ahead to the power of compounding. Okay, so I like to do a quick sketching here. A sower went to sow, and that's in the good book, the Bible. Okay, and some of the seeds fell along the way. Bears picked it up. Other seeds fell in rocky places. Other seeds fell in thorny places. But one good seed fell in a good soil. So that's our seed. It's yellow for now. And it started growing what? Little roots here. Because it was anchoring itself to create a nice plant. Then later on, we realized that the seed started to produce, the tree started to produce from that seed that was put in earlier. Let's see, look different colors. Okay, started to produce fruit. Okay. Now I have no idea what fruit this is, but it's just for demonstration purposes. So this fruit now in it has seeds. Now, because Smart we like to use green, let me say the seeds are green, happy seeds. This is what compound is all about. You first lay a foundation of putting a seed in the ground in a fertile platform, which is the soil, the good soil, which happens to be our MEV platform. Okay, and then we start to grow. And as you're growing, you are getting fruit. Fruit is what? Okay, your earnings. It might even call it small profits. But in those profits, you have seeds to reinvest in the future. So instead of putting this money in a bank account that sits there and you wait the whole year, and the bank will say, "Hey, congratulations! This whole year, $1,000, you've made a profit of $10." MEV Smart MEV Bot says, "Give it to us as liquidity. Every day we're going to guarantee you up to 1% of your seed, which is your $100 or whatever it is, $1,000." So that's the power of compounding. When it's growing, all these fruits are part of the seed, and when they get back into the ground again, they grow different trees. That one gets a ground, different trees. Very soon you have a large farm of trees also bearing fruits. And that's the power of compounding. So reinvesting your amount. Day one, you were $1,000. You got, let's say, 10, because you got $10, 1%. Day 7, 10, 80. Okay. At the end of the day 100, let's say you get $4,800. That is just from $1,000. 100 days, just 3 months and 10 days. That is amazing. Okay. Daily profits is less than $10. We know that day 2 is growing from $10 to $10.26 really. Let's say we're doubling that soon. Day 7, 17.6, 77.02. We know what happens. Your dollar, your 1% is put back into your contract. So if you start with $100, day 2 is 101, day 3 is 102. You're adding them back in 103, 104. Okay, but remember that anytime it gets 104, you're gonna get $1.04. The 04 is added again. The next time is $1.08. The 08 is added again, and it's compounding slowly but maturing your money, which is what it must be. Your money must work for you. Okay, so let's say your initial capital was $1,000. Your daily profit rate is 1%. You've got 100 days. You're gonna still get 80%, and eventually, at the 100 days, we aim optimistically to get about $4,800. Even if this was $4,000 from where you came in at $1,000, that is still an amazing money multiplier. Okay, so that is good. Dr. Luaga, do you mind taking us through one compounding? Is Dr. Luaga still on? Okay, if it's not on, I'm gonna do it. The compound calculator. Okay, it was on early anyway, so just in case we pull by. Okay, all right. So this is a compounding calculator. Okay, roughly you and I coming in on. I'm just gonna use $100. Okay, I know daily I'm getting 1%. I'm gonna do. Let's just first do our 100 days. Let's say roughly 3 months. How much are we getting from $100? Okay, so here we go. Do calculation. So it's saying that for $100 a daily, 1% daily. Oh, let's do 3 months. I don't know why it's a typo. 3 months. Yeah. So for 3 months from just $100, you've already doubled your amount. Okay, you've got a pure profit of 121, and also plus your principal. Okay, no issues. Now I'm going to take 121, and I'm going to now use that for a whole 1 year, 12 months. Okay, because now that's pure profits. I've redeemed my principal, put it back in the bank, no issues. I wouldn't do that anyway. Calculate that. Whoa, 121 for 12 months is 2,949. Okay, now I'm going to put $1,000 in because I've got pure profits. 1,827.46. Okay, $1,000 I keep to myself. I'll go by 121. Okay, no issues. I'm gonna go 3 months with this. Let's see what we get with 3 months with $1,000, 827 from the profit I got earlier. That alone is 4,000. What if I stretched and went for the 12 months, the whole of 2026? I'm gonna come in 1827. Calculate that. What would you do with 44,000? Maybe I should rephrase the question. What can you do on our continent with $44,000? So 2026 comes, and everybody's happy in the family because guess what? You've been very smart with your investments, and you've gotten $44,000. Okay. You say to yourself, you know what? This $44,000. I'm actually going to take 5,000 out of it. Use the rest to solve all my problems in the world. Put 5,000 in and go for 2027. 1 year, same rate. You see how this is amazing? This is truly remarkable. I would like to see some hand claps and some laughs here, because imagine that you started with very little and gradually from your profits, here you are today. So 2027 comes and you have this amount of money now sitting in your account. Okay, you can set your kids up really well, do some investments for them. Okay, pay off all the school fees and plan their futures for them. You can pay off your homes. You can do much more. Then you say, you know what? Okay, for the last time, I'm going to give this a good go again. The 111,000 I got, I'm going to take out of it 50,000, and I'm only going to go 3 months anyway. Okay, 3 months with 50,000. Okay, you've kept everything to yourself. You just say out of 116,000, just taking about half of it. Oh, let's calculate that. That's just 3 months. In 3 months, the 50,000 has doubled again. All right, you go what? 60k profit. All right, and you still got your what? Principal in there. You say, okay, now I'm gonna go the whole bank because I've got 100,000 now. I'll go 60k. Oh, okay, let's just go 60,000. And now, in fact, let's just still stay. Say, okay, you know what? 50,000, 3 months got me this. Let me just say 50,000 again. And I'm gonna go the whole 12 months. Okay, this is gonna be mind blowing. 12 months, about 1% daily. Okay, I will speak no more. That is $1.2 million. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So if this platform stays around for a while, you and I can really be intelligent in getting some wealth generation going. And so the decision is entirely up to us. Okay, so that's compounding really for us. So quickly, let's get into community reward. Like, what I like about this platform is it understands good marketing, because at the end of the day, you come in with your liquidity. So I came in, let's say I came in with $1,000. But what if I invite other friends and they come in with 100, others come in with 150, others come in, those who have a bit more much, they say, okay, well, I've got 1,280. Okay, others come in with 10,000. Now, 10,000 plus 1280 is 11,280, plus 100 is 11,380, plus 150. Okay, so even though if that was 11,480 plus 5, so we're going to go 12,30, and that's been thousands as well, 13. So let's say we got $13,000 in our pool. Remember that these guys are your direct referrals, which is the word direct referral, and whatever they earn, you are getting 10%. So, sorry about that alarm. Okay, so $1,000 is mine, but every day I'm getting that 1%, which is about $10. Now, my whole community is earning in total profit of, let's say, $300. My community reward says I'm going to get what, 10% of that whole $300 profit that they're earning combined. So that is what, $30. 30 plus my $10 is equal to $40. So you see the power of what community rewards. You tell others to come do well with you, and Smart says I'm going to reward you for what, bringing them on by giving you what, a percentage of their profits. 10%, 10%, when it's all combined together. Okay, but then what if somebody else invites others? So let's say this 100 person invited somebody who brought in $5,000. Okay, whatever profit they made today, let's say that was 1% of 5,000, it's $50. I get 5% of it. If I was getting 10% of this, or 50, 10 or 50 is 5. Okay, so 5% is 2.5, isn't it? Yeah, I'm getting $2.50 extra plus mine, $2.50. So suddenly I have $42.50. Okay, so think of the power of referring to your community, build a very large cluster, large network. You can really perform well financially. So with your $100 direct referral volume, if you reach level 1, okay, you already get a 10% community reward. Okay, from the volume. Remember, it's a volume, it combined profits. Okay. Now, if you reach level 5, once again, if you reach level 5, I'll move this over here. Oh, let's move this. Okay, my choose moving now. Okay, let's go back again. All right. If you reach level 5 with about $500 direct referral volume, you're getting a 5%. Okay, and you can see it here. So level 5, you're getting 5%. Level 1 here, you're getting 10%. Okay, but remember that even 5% of the 200, it gets more money in the end as it grows. We all aim to be at level 20. Okay, still get 5% on this total contract volume. Okay, so the terms and conditions are quite simple. The total direct referral contract volume only counts when you've got an activated contract. You must also activate your own contract. Okay, and others must also activate the contracts. Now, if your volume drops, you'll be pushed back to a level lower. Let's level 19. It's still profitable, but of course, none of us would drop a level because we want to work hard and involve our community. So stay on 20, stay on 19, but keep striving for more. Okay, you can always regain your higher levels. Okay, so how do we do this? When you get into the dashboard or the back office, look for the sign there that's called refer. Let's use a better color for it. Refer, and you get your referral link. Okay, it's almost like an affiliate link with code DCY183, whatever that is. So Smarts.Money / your affiliate link. So give it to friends to sign up, and as they do well, you do well with them. Okay, you do well on a daily basis. Okay, check your daily earnings. You scroll down to see your community rewards record session. Now remember, everything is 100% on chain and transparent. Your growth is also equals to what? Your income. The more you grow your community, the more you grow your income. Okay, so I'll see what else is there, and then yeah, I think I'd like to end on here. Okay, so simply, the more of us providing liquidity, the smarter our bot gets, and it has a high purchasing power to go into markets and squeeze more daily profits. When it does that, it will feedback us 1% every day. Your bag, okay, your bag, okay, your bag grows, and so is your laughter. Okay, be happy. All right. So the issue is we've got a win-win cycle. The platform and the users growing side by side. Okay, so this is what Smarts MEV is all about. It's all about a positive feedback loop. Positive feedback loop. Okay. Now I think the next leg is pretty important. Yeah, we've done the reward already again. Okay, so the question to you very end is this. What will $100 a day do for you? Well, $100 in a day and age can cover shopping, food, groceries. Okay, these days everything is expensive. What if you're making $300 a day? Well, that can repay your car loan. Some places it can even repay some part payment for your mortgage or your house. What if you're getting $500 a day? Well, you can start traveling around all of Africa, going for business trips, sharing ideas, pursuing some projects. Okay, awesome. So most of us are here in Africa, we've not even been to other countries, but this will give you another chance to do that. What about $1,000 plus a day? Well, you don't have to work for anybody ever again. Financial freedom completely unlocked. Okay, so imagine what you can do when you create a large community. And some people are getting $100 a day. Okay, I'm aiming to get there one of these days. I'm not too far from it. Okay, but this is an opportunity for you and for me to do well really. So any questions, feel free to shout. We're here. But I'd like to end on here. I'm happy to say we got our top team leader here, the billionaire, is here. Maxwell earlier on was on his way, so. But any questions, please feel free to shout here, and then we can close off, because we only got like 5 more minutes to go. Thank you for tuning in. But any questions, put in the chat, please. Okay, if everything is clear, please feel free to put the thumbs up, the love, the like, and then we can round off now. Thank you, Abel. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Joanne. Okay. Any last words from you, the billionaire, David, if you have a moment? If not, we bring this to a good close. Okay. All right then. Thank you all for coming in. And in the course of the week, we have a meeting on Tuesday, and there's one on Thursday, and obviously one on Sunday. So thank you all for tuning in. Go and make money. Go and build a community. And I'll see you on the next one. It'll be nice to hear your testimonies. Okay. God bless you all, and see you all soon. Bye-bye for now.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, the billionaire.